The Lord is in his holy temple. Let all the earth keep silence before him. Let us pray. I think it would be good to say the Lord's Prayer today. We can do motions and singing another time. Today's a good saying day. So here we go. Our Father, who art in the heavens, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done, as in heaven, so upon the earth. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. O Lord, forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Amen. Okay, well, congratulations everyone, we did it. We got to the end of the hard stories of the terrible things the Lord had to go through at the end of his life. And now, although his unhappy friends don't know it yet, we know that he's about to come back to life. He's the only one in the whole world could do that. He brought other people back to life, and he can bring himself back to life. And not like a zombie either. He's not a mummy or a zombie or anything. He's going to come back to life even better than he was before. Still, himself, they'll be able to tell it's Jesus, but his new body is a heavenly body, and it's the kind of body we'll have when we go to heaven. It will never get sick, it will never be hurt, and of course he has the added extra thing of he's God, so he's just full of power, like electricity. He's even more full of power than he was before. So that's all stuff we're about to see and hear. Okay. Now you probably remember that at the end of last story, Jesus had been buried in a tomb, in a cave, with a stone rolled in front of the door. And two women noticed where he was buried. Their names were Mary and Mary. One was Mary Magdalene and the other one was Mary. Now, 2.5 days have gone by since Jesus died. He died on Friday. It is now after the Sabbath. It's Sunday morning. And close enough to 3 days, because remember, 3 is a holy number. That's how long it takes for grown-ups to rest when they die and then wake up in the other world. It's been about 3 days, and they are coming to see Jesus one last time. Now, these women think that they're going to see the dead body of Jesus, and they want to bring something nice for his body, one more last nice thing they can do. They're bringing little containers full of nice oil and spices that they would maybe tuck in among the cloths of the body wrappings, or maybe if they could actually uncover his face a little bit, they could put the sweet oil on his face one last time to do something for the master they had loved so much. But they were kind of wondering what to do about that big rock that was in front of the door. It was too big for them to move. Well, behold, problem taken care of. Behold, there was a great earthquake. The earth is shaking, for an angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled back the stone from the door and sat on it. Whoa, an angel opened the Lord's tomb. His countenance, that means his face, was like lightning, and his clothing was as white as snow. And the guards who were there, Pontius Pilate, the governor, had put some soldier guards there just to make sure everything was okay. Well, they saw the angel and they just fainted away like they were dead. They weren't really dead, but the word says they became like dead men. And the angel talks to the women, to Mary, and Mary says, Do not be afraid. I know that you're looking for Jesus, who was crucified. He is not here, for he is risen as he said. That means he has come back to life. He rose up. He lifted himself up as he said. Now, many, many, many times in other parts of the Word, when Jesus had been talking to his disciples, he told them, I'm going to die and come back to life. I'm going to die and come back to life. I'm going to die and come back to life. And none of them believed him. They thought he would never die. Jesus is too powerful. But now it's come true. And now they can maybe finally just begin to start understanding. It's too amazing for the women at this point. All they can think is, what? He's not there? He's alive? Really? The angel invites them to come see the place where the Lord lay. I'm going to try to show you a picture here. I never quite know if you're going to see it on the video or not, but this is of what it might have been like inside the cave where Jesus' body had been. It's gone. All you're going to see is the cloths, because Jesus is not there anymore. He's alive. I hope that's a good place for you to see the picture of the empty tomb and the light shining from heaven, because it's not a sad place anymore. It's a happy place. God's not there. He's out walking around, and the women are going to see him in just a minute. All right. So the angel tells the women that they should go tell the disciples Jesus wants to meet them in Galilee, back up north where they all came from. So, we have a message to give to the disciples from an angel from Jesus. And they depart quickly. The women ran, it says, with fear and great joy. They ran to bring his disciples word. And as they went, whoa, Jesus met them. Jesus himself, saying, rejoice, be happy. And they came, and they bowed down before him and worshipped him. And I have a nice picture of this also. Some people like to say that the Easter story, and this is called the Easter story, this is what we celebrate at Easter, is this coming back to life. Some people say it took place in a garden. And I wish I had my great garden picture. It's back at school. The garden picture of these two women and Jesus, but this is a really nice one too. I hope you can see it. The man facing away from us, that's Jesus, and then here's Mary Magdalene and the other Mary, and they see him and they're saying, whoa, it is him. Look, it's him and he's alive, he's alive. And they come and they bow down before him. I think I have a picture here of that. Oh yeah, to worship him. And they are saying, we can't believe it's you. We can't believe it's you. And they're so amazed and so happy. And he says, just like the angel said, go tell my disciples to meet me in Galilee. Up north, back in the north of Israel where we all came from. So, there actually is another part of this story. A different part of the word tells about just Mary Magdalene and how she got to see Jesus, and also about Peter and John, two of the Lord's disciples. This part of the word that I just read to you from the book of Matthew, but this is the book of John. And in the book of John, it says that just Mary Magdalene came by herself to see the tomb early in the morning on that, what we now call Easter Sunday. And she saw that the stone had been rolled away. So she immediately ran to tell two of the Lord's disciples, Simon Peter and John. They have taken away the Lord, and I don't know where they've put him. So Peter and John, they ran to see the burying place of the Lord, the tomb, the cave. And the word says that Peter got there first. He would, wouldn't he? He's always the guy who does things with such strength and such energy. He got there first, but he just peeked into the cave. He didn't actually go in. When John got there, he got there second, but John was the one who went into the cave, and then Peter came after him, and they both saw that it was empty. The linen cloths that had wrapped up his body were there, and the head cloth was off by itself a little bit. But Jesus was gone. Well, they saw that, and they didn't know what to think, so they just shook their heads and shrugged their shoulders and went home. But Mary, she stands outside the tomb weeping. What have they done with the body of Jesus? She doesn't realize yet that he's alive. She thinks someone has stolen his body. What has happened? What has happened? And this is why people think this might have happened in a garden, because she sees someone coming and she thinks, oh, it's the gardener, the guy who takes care of the garden here. I'll ask him if he knows where Jesus' body is. He speaks first. He says, woman, why are you weeping? Why are you crying? And she says, oh, because they've taken away the body of my Lord, and I do not know where they have laid him. And she supposed him to be the gardener. She did not know it was Jesus, and she said, "Sir, please, if you have carried him away, tell me where you have laid his body, and I will come take him." And then he says one word to her. He simply says her name, Mary. And in that minute, she knows who it is. He had said her name that way so many times before, and suddenly she realizes, whoa, it's not the gardener. It's Jesus, and he's alive. What? Just think how the Lord knows all our names so clearly, so dearly. Just like a shepherd knows his sheep. He knows all of us and says our names to us when we need him. And he said Mary, and she realized who it was. And she said Rabboni, which means in her language, teacher. And then she wanted to come hold on to him, but he wouldn't let her at that point. He said, nope. Basically, the idea was he had just too much power coming from him right now. He just brought himself back to life, and he is full of power, like electricity. Can't touch him yet. Maybe later, but not yet. He's probably just blinding, blazing, beautiful and handsome with light. But she can't touch him yet. He tells her, just like the other stories tell, go tell my disciples, and I will meet them all in Galilee, and I will tell them what needs to happen next. He's actually going to see them a couple times in the stories that we have coming. We have one about two disciples going on a walk and seeing him, and we have one about the disciples seeing him in a locked house where he just comes through the door, and there's another one where he has breakfast with them next to the sea. Anyway, some good stories still coming, but they're not sad stories anymore. They are happy stories, so hooray, right? All right, well, let's finish up. That wonderful story, by the way, is the heart of the Easter story. It's called the resurrection. Resurrection, which means the lifting up, the coming back to life. Woohoo! It's a good story. All right, I hope we have time for this on the little video. This is a song that you all sang last year when we did the Easter play. By the way, I'm hoping we can do the Easter play again still this year. It'll be after Easter when we get back to school, if we do, but I'm hoping we can still do it. Anyway, this song is called When Very Early in the Dawn, and it's about the women coming to see the Lord and finding that he's alive. So let's see if you remember how this goes. It starts out with the sun rising, when very early in the dawn. I'll do it twice. I hope there's time, so that you can hear me do it once, and then if you want to, join in the second time. The sun is rising, Easter morning. Okay? When very early in the dawn, they're crying, weeping they came and found him gone. Now the angel, bright, lo, an angel shone before them. The angel says, oh, seek him not among the dead. Here's the Lord rising up. For he is risen as he said. And then we celebrate. Alleluia, 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 alleluia. When very early in the dawn, weeping they came and found him gone. Lo, an angel shone before them. Oh, seek him not among the dead, for he is risen as he said. Alleluia, 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 alleluia. Wow. Wonderful song. All right. The Lord bless us and keep us and cause his face to shine upon us. Amen. Bye. See you next time.